Hey everybody! I'd like to start off with a brief tutorial about how to use Google Classroom. I will focus specifically on the things that will be useful to you in our class, as well as some of the documents that I've uploaded for you. I'll be using an iPad for this, but you will have a similar experience on other devices. So let's start at the beginning. Here's my Google Classroom homepage and all of the classrooms I'm in. I'm going to click on the physics classroom, and that's what you'll be doing too for our class. Okay, so once you get into our classroom, you'll be on the stream page. This is where you'll find any announcements I post, like our Google Meet links and any updates. In order to access your assignments, you will click where it says classwork and it will take you to the classwork page. For me, that's on the bottom of my screen, right in the middle. It says classwork, so that's where I will click. Okay. I'm going to organize assignments on this page into topics that we're studying with the current assignment that you have to do always at the top. Right now, this is the very beginning of the year, so there's not much going on, but eventually you might have to scroll through this list for all of the information that I've posted. Okay. The first thing that I want to do is walk you through how to view and complete and submit an assignment. So I'm going to click on an assignment that I posted, and they're all going to follow a really similar pattern. When you open the assignment, which you always want to do, you want to view the assignment details. You will see that there's going to be some background information for you. Like this one says, today we're learning about electrical energy. And this is just an example, so that's not really what we're doing. It tells you we're going to learn the formula, we're going to do some practice problems, and it also gives you a list of the things that need to be completed that day. So they are: number 1, complete your attendance form; 2, watch the video of the lesson; 3, download and complete the classwork; 4, upload and submit your completed classwork. Okay, and you can see all the links that you need are at the bottom. The first thing you'd want to do is do your daily attendance. Make sure you get that in and be careful that you type the date correctly. Okay, after that, you would head over to the video. That's the one on my iPad with the little triangle for play. This year, I'm going to try to use Edpuzzle because some of you had said that that was helpful for you. So this link might look a little bit different, but it will always be there. Okay, I'll always upload the PowerPoint for you in case you want to follow along with the slides as I do them on the video. Okay, and where you're going to be completing all your work, what you're going to be doing is with the file that's titled classwork. Okay, I always use the same font, so they're going to look somewhat like this. This year there probably won't be a note section because you'll do that with me as we go through the videos, but there'll always be some practice questions for you to do. Okay, on the iPad I have the option to edit this document, and I'm going to do that here. If you're not able to do that with your device, you can print the file out and write on it by hand. You can also complete it on loose leaf neatly, and what I mean by that is that I need to know what the date is, what the topic is, and the questions that you're doing. It should be really clear to me what's going on that sheet of paper. Okay, if you are choosing to do it by printing it or by doing it on loose leaf, you will have to submit this back to me, and so a PDF scanner app is going to be really useful for you. Okay, but I'm just going to edit it. It opens up a document for me. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I cannot move it. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do my do now. So it tells me that I have something that's 200 watts. There's 80 volts. It's asking me for a current. That's my unknown. All right, I'd put a formula. All right, and let's say I am done. All right, so I'll click save. It's saving it for me. And this is what I have to submit back so that I get my credit. Okay, so I would go over here. Now, if you look, you might notice that it says that there's already classwork attached here. The iPad does it this way, but you would probably have to click on add attachment and find the file on your computer or your device that you worked on and add it that way. Okay, but make sure you have an attachment that you're submitting because that's what I'll be looking at. Once you've done all that, you want to click turn in or mark as done. That's the way the two buttons look because this is going to let me know on my end that you've submitted the assignment and that it's ready to be graded. Okay, if you don't do that, I don't get a notification, and so that might get missed. All right, so this is just a brief overview of how you would open the assignment, view it, do it, submit it. I also just want to look real quick at the reference material that I've posted for you. Okay, I did post Remind directions for you in case you're interested in joining our Remind class. I'm not mandating it by any means, but this is a great way to reach me in real time. If you send me an email through PeoplePath, it sometimes takes a few hours to get my way between getting through the PeoplePath email, which sends me a message to my email, and then I get back on PeoplePath. So if you use Remind, this is going to be a text message straight to my phone, and I'll just get it a lot quicker. So I uploaded this document for you that has directions on how to join. Okay. I also uploaded a document of some physics resources that might be beneficial to you. I have a problem solving checklist that you can use to go through the problems. I gave you annotations that you could do in physics. And then I gave you some classwork expectations. I know the collaborating part might be a little bit different this year, but we will deal with it as it comes. Okay. Then I also uploaded some Chrome extensions for you. If you are someone who's using Chrome, I will be doing Google Meets, and so downloading these might be really useful to you. The push to talk is a feature I like. I generally recommend that everyone keep themselves on mute so that no background noise gets in the way of anything. And having push to talk is nice because you won't have to click the unmute button every single time you want to talk. You could just hold your space bar, and while you're holding the space bar, you are unmuted and you can speak. And when you let go, you are back to being muted. That is something that I found convenient for me. The Nod extension lets you communicate with me without having to type, without having to have your camera on. For example, you can give me a thumbs up if you understand. You can raise your hand if you have a question, and do some basic features like that. But again, you can have your camera off and you don't actually have to type anything into the chat. So it's a quick way to interact. Okay, those two are the ones that are probably the most useful and that I'd definitely like for you to have. The Bitmoji is really up to you. If you like Bitmojis and you use them and you want to include them or change your picture for your email address, you are more than welcome to download this and have fun with it. Okay, the tab scissors is also something that might be useful for you, but is not necessarily a requirement for me. But it would let you, for example, have the Meet open in one tab and have the reference table or your classwork open in a tab side by side so you could see both at the same time. To get these, you just click where it's blue and it should take you right to the link in your Chrome browser. If it's not working, you can also type these in the blue text into the Google Web Store, and they should come up as extensions. They're all free. There's nothing you have to pay, and they're just recommendations that would be useful to you. Okay. And then finally, I have the reference table and the course syllabus. The reference table we will be using daily, okay? If you are someone who's coming into school, I will give you your own personal copy. If you are someone who is doing fully remote learning, you have the link to access it right here. I recommend downloading a copy so that you can annotate it, write on it, make it yours, okay? That is my biggest recommendation for you. And the course syllabus just gives you a little bit more details about our class. I hope you enjoyed this quick Google Classroom overview. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and I will give you more specific guidance. Have a great day.